All right.
Oops.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, 0.
I'm not too late. What time did we say? 6? Oops. Oh.
It don't matter. We said we were going between 6:30 and 7, so we're good.
I just heard Jamie's tablet ding, so I think we're live. Oh,
I will look
actually,
right now. Oh, there we are. Yep, here we are. I sound like a goat. Ah, frog. Oh, Sabrina's
is that
fault. She gave me
so?
mixed
How do I
media.
see the? Oh wait a second.
She
How do
gave.
I see? Go to the comments on this so I don't have to have my phone on.
Yeah, where the hell?
Let me see if I'm right.
Shiver.
I think I got it right.
Spit. What the hell? Hell, All right, I'll use it.
I I
I'll
was trying
use
to
my
figure out what
phone.
chat was what.
Oh, here it is. Jesus, that took
I was
long
trying to
enough.
figure out what chat was what.
Wow. Okay. Took long enough to come up on my tablet. Oh, what the hell?
I might just even open it just so I can see. There was a lot of people live when um I looked, but I don't know how old that was either because I wasn't.
There we go. Sorry, so like I swallowed the frog. Sabrina gave me messenger cold.
If only that's the way that works. That doesn't work that way though, Gina. I'm telling you, it doesn't.
Well, it's just funny because you sounded like this last weekend.
I did. Every once in a while, I'll get that, and I'm like, oh, I don't like that.
The only thing I can think of is Allie wasn't feeling good last weekend. So I watched this video the other day where this lady took her Posca pen onto her jelly plate and did a design. So I'm going to try on this one. And you have to let it dry. So I'm going to do dot, 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 dot. Because I'm
See, I'm
curious.
thinking, yeah, but I'm thinking that's the reason why I'm not. Do you have to let whatever like paint on there first dry and then put something on top of it?
It depends what you want to do.
See, that's
Yeah.
my problem. I think that's what I get so frustrated about is because I don't think I'm doing it correctly.
Well,
And I do know that you always say it. I get that. Why is it telling me?
she just read my mind, guys.
Like I know. All right, I'm gonna start with my colors and then we'll go from there and see what how I go. Do you go lighter to darker or darker to lighter?
Uh, oh. I picked like you. Sometimes I pick two colors. Sometimes I pick three colors, and I spread it. Okay,
Okay.
and then I put a design. However you choose. You can use a stencil. You can use anything you want practically, as long as you don't ruin your gel plate. And then I kind of don't put a lot of. You want to put a thin layer, not a thick layer, because you
Okay.
put too much paint, it'll take forever to dry, and you'll just pick up paint. So a thin layer, do a design. You can let that dry, or you can put a paper on it right away, depending if you want it, you know, how you want to do it.
I know I have a brayer. I just gotta find it. I lost my brayer. This is one that I think is all yucky. I'm trying to get myself situated. It looks sideways. Yeah, I'm gonna try me going. Oop, nope, oop, oop.
Hmm.
think I normally go the other way with it, but that's all right. That cotton. Oh, oh, I forgot to send that pic picture for you. Darn it. Now, was this the same lady that does the journal that seen this, or was this a different lady?
That I did learn this from?
Yeah.
Different lady. Just came up the other night when I was in bed. I slept 90% of my day away yesterday because I don't, like I said, I don't feel good. And so I was watching YouTube videos, and I was all over the world wide web of YouTube doing things. And our neighbor passed away. Jamie, she was 38, but she had cerebral palsy. They didn't expect her to live past 10 years old, so she proved that everybody wrong. She lived to be 38. She's had so many last close calls through the years, and the ambulance was there Wednesday or Thursday. Me and Scott couldn't remember because we heard it, and I always think it's Dorothy next door, who's 93 years old, calling 911. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to Jamie's parents' house. They live right next door to us on this side of me. Boom. And I woke up yesterday to Jeremy there, the neighbor on the other side of them. 18, I thought let you know Jamie passed away today. But
Oh.
this young girl, I should say young, um, she goes she was going to dialysis. She was fighting cancer. I mean, like God didn't. I always thought, Jesus, good Lord, why are you sticking this poor gal with more? She already had a tough life as it is, and you're sticking her with this stuff. So, her dad told me a few years ago, not that he wanted his daughter to pass away, but he said it would be a blessing because she quit communicating a few years ago. She used to be very talkative. And then about 5, 6 years ago, she had a stroke. Yeah, she was put through the ringer. And it never was the same. She kept communicating. She just stared at you and smiled. He said she was always wheelchair bound. But he said, at least she could communicate. Now it's us playing a guessing game to see what's wrong. And I asked them, because they're in their 60s, they're retired. I think he told me he was 65. I said, you have a plan for her? If something happens to you, Adele? He goes, yeah. Because they wanted to put her in a hospital during COVID because she was sick. And her mom
Yeah.
wanted her. And her mom refused because she knew that if she went in the hospital during COVID, they just incubate her and leave her be.
007-324
Uh,
EMS senior requesting fire for non-signal 10 lift assistance. For phase 50 for 3 time out. 18 to 8.
so,
No, I could let this dry
yeah,
and add another layer of paint,
yeah,
right?
yeah, let it dry.
Okay.
That's what that's the hard part about the jelly plane. Waiting for the paint to dry. Some people dry it with a cool iron,
Fire
a
power request for lift assistance.
cool hair dryer, which I have, but I don't know where it is.
00324 lift
But my
assistance.
luck, I wouldn't remember to hit the button.
Phase 50 for 3 time out. 18 to 8.
Yep.
Uh, I have to do it on my phone. Oh,
No. Oh, if you wouldn't, I changed my light so it wouldn't be so bright. Well, I should be able to get my Smurf lamp done this week if I decide to do it. I mean, I have everything now. I got the inner guts, the lampshade. And he's like, "How is that a lampshade? It's flat." I'm like, "Because you got to assemble it, duh." And he kind of goes, "Well, that's dumb." And I said, "Actually, it's pretty easy. It's better for me so that I can put the Smurf material on it, and I know how much material I need instead of trying to guess around and doing it circle wise."
Yep.
All right, so I don't know what color I should put on top of this. I want to do green. I want to do green, I think, but I already got like a teal.
Yeah.
Red?
Oh, what the hell?
Purple.
Well, whatever I pick up, I pick up.
Yeah, whenever Tina, like tonight, if we only want to do an hour, then we can only do an hour. It's totally up to you. You're the one not feeling good.
Yeah, I told Scott I'd only be about an hour.
Okay. Because, like, ooh, it's still dry. Still wet there. It was just something fun to do.
Jamie at work? No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. They ended the tattoo a little before 4, and then he was home enough to eat something, sit down, watch a little bit of The Fugitive, and off to work he went.
Ah.
So the next time he'll be able to get the rest of his tattoo is going to be the week he's off, so in 2 weeks. Because they took a whole week off in April.
Yeah.
So I just told him we'd swap stuff out. I mean, yes, the dogs just need their shots, but they can wait a month. So we're just gonna swap things out. And he's like, "I want to get it done." I'm like, "I know." Here, hold on. That's what I forgot to do. I had it all figured out, and I was gonna send them to you, and then I forgot. So I don't forget. I'm gonna do it right now.
Cool.
Well, trying to at least. What the heck? Why can't I see it? Hold on. I think I have to get out of this. I mean, it's gonna be cool when it gets completely done.
Mm-hmm. It's just getting there to get it done.
Yeah.
Or finished, I should say.
Well, I can't even. There it goes. I'm gonna send you like the 4 different ones. I mean, it's about the same, but I was trying to get it like all different around his arm. So you might have to open it.
Okay. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Mm.
Alright. It should be dry enough. My son is smacking something in the kitchen. I hear him. I don't know what he's doing.
I won't comment. I hate it when Xavier entered my kitchen. He's the only kid that I know that could walk into a clean kitchen and come out looking like it's a tornado.
Well, that's where that's where he does all his gaming. It's in the kitchen.
And I'd be like, "What the hell, Xavier?" He's like, "What?"
All right, here's I'm gonna do it with this piece of pepper. So they did bubble letters instead of my signature. for my name, so it looks like it's like smoke bubbles.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I wanted to get something on here so it dries at the same time. Oh, that is cool looking.
And then like where all the lines, Jamie finally said to him, "Hey, why don't you get all the lines where you know where we got to do like the smoke and stuff." So that's what the other stuff is.
That is cool.
So now you can show Scott that Jamie did do it.
Yeah.
Start 41.
He's gonna dig the dragon.
Yeah, there's gonna be more like smoke and stuff around the dragon. Matt goes, "I'm not going in your armpit." That's what he told Jamie. Like, what? What? Oh, that turned. Oh, that turned out different. Yeah, I'm digging it.
Oh.
Ow.
Mm.
Okay. Watch now. The cat's gonna go on that, and that's gonna be funny. So did the lines come out?
Of what?
Like you have that? You did that with that pasta paint. Did it come?
I'm doing it right now. Putting paint on
Oh.
it. Yep. Right now. We're gonna see.
Mm.
Not. I just ruined a gel plate. That's all right.
Oh, that's gross. I have to change that up. Ew.
Oh, it's too late. What the hell?
Where?
Let's switch it up a little bit.
Oh, it's messed up. I can't find where that thing is. That's not good. All right, I'll just use this. So, what did you think of the? So Jamie goes. So, what did? How did Tina like the lamp? Like,
I showed Scott that today sitting in the restaurant after my doctor's appointment. He laughed his butt off.
and this is what Jamie said that I said I was showing him something and I was talking about the lamps or the lampshades, and he said that popped up on Facebook on him. So he's like, "I'll just send it to the girls." So he put it in our chat. I'm like, "What?" He goes, "You both would get it then." And I was like, "Yeah."
I laughed. And it was funny because Scott that morning, I can't say it on here, what he told me about, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, just shithead, go away. You're nasty. You sad belly.
Okay, wait a second. Where did I put one? Oh, there we go. I don't want this to. Oh yeah. Oh, now I need to get a piece of paper real quick. Put this on this side. I probably just painted my mouse. Didn't move it. Um.
Well, I pulled some up, but not much.
That's 41.
Maybe I need to let the paint dry longer. All right. Ooh, too much.
Oh. Yeah, I knew I'd be that. I'd be that type of person that'd have everything everywhere. I don't know. I gotta let that dry because of the. I don't know how to get that off there. So I use that gray mat.
Oh, yeah. The one that you,
Yeah, this. I just did it,
yeah.
And then I hurried up. That's what I was trying to do. I didn't think about it. And I pulled the other part.
Oh, cool.
And that's on here. So I'm waiting. I think I want to do black. So then the other colors will pop. A gray, maybe?
Yeah, you could do that. Ugh.
I think black I wouldn't be able to do anything with, would it? Mm, that's chalkboard black. I don't want that. The metallics work on it?
They can be tricky, but they can do it.
Zach, Bolling, what's outside? I have a metallic gray. I can't find my other gray. I bet you my husband stole it. Ooh, we have silver too. Oh, that's gray now. Ah! Yeah, it's gray. Without being metallic. I'll give it a couple more seconds. Sorry. And Matt still has this cough. I mean, his cough is horrible. And he's like, this is my second round of antibiotics. I'm like, dude.
Wow. Is a mask?
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's a mask on. I wore a mask into the doctor's office this morning for my labs. I didn't want to get anybody else. I just messaged my doctor to see if he wants me to reschedule for Monday because of my cold. And I got a message back right away. Nope. Told me just to mask up. It's just it's not like I'm having, it's just, let's check your ears. Let's check your eyes. What time is my appointment? 10:15. Good. I say you give me something. If this doesn't go away by the weekend, I'll then look down my throat. My foot feels better though.
I mean, I will tell you, like, honestly, I don't know if I would be as well as if whatever that medicine she gave me, would you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I still feel kind of yucky. I'm getting my energy back, and I've got my voice back, at least for now.
I told Scott I'm tired. Constantly. I'm just tired.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna try. So I want to put the paint on now, right?
Yeah.
Before okay, so I wanted to make sure. I was like, let's paint. It's kind of yucky. Might be too much.
I'm picking some of it up.
Well, that's cool.
I love it.
But it's still cool, though.
Yeah. Let's do a whole blue.
Oh, I got a line in it. I don't want a line. All right. Hey, Tina.
Oh.
I think I need a darker color, but it did work.
It is cool though. I could see it. Yeah.
So do lighter colors and then do a darker as I pull it, maybe?
You know what I would do?
Okay.
I would put black down, then put the placemat, let the black dry, and put the colors on top of the black
Ooh, okay.
and see what happens.
Okay, so I want to put the black down. Let me find my black. I had my cart all situated, like color coordinated. Yeah.
Oh, that never
Yeah.
lasts for me. Coda comes over here. He redoes my markers all the time. And he does my paint, and by the time next time he comes, it's all dysfunctional. According to him. Nana, why is your paint, he says. I'm like, 'cause I don't care where it goes, Coda. I'm
Well,
like,
I can't. Well, I guess I'm going to open my new black because I cannot find my black.
Nana just puts her stuff where she wants, buddy.
So, I seen something on YouTube. I don't know. I opened up a YouTube. Like, I went to open and look. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what I was doing, but all of a sudden, the paper that you sent me for Allie's thing,
Yeah.
all of the sudden, this lady had that same paper pack, and she, like the old coffee pots that put on the stove that like they're all metal and stuff, like old that has
Yeah.
like it's like two different places or whatever. So they have
Mm-hmm.
different filters than the regular one, right? She took that,
Yeah.
made a mini journal, and it looks like a fan, and all of a sudden I'm like, yep, I guess there's going to be more than just one big journal with this one. It was the coolest thing. I'm like, yep, nope, that's happening. I'm like, that's happening. Okay. Now, do I want this to dry first, or do I want the stencil now?
I put the stencil down.
Okay. We're going to do it this way this time so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to pull it back up. All right. And now I'm going to... Ooh, I'm going to put that on that other one. Not this word like that. Oh, got some of it. I don't know. I'll be doing a lot of these. I like this. I like how it looks. I think I'm going to do it on some envelopes. I think that'd be cute.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Mm.
Oh, I guess this is called pavement. I guess it's not completely black, but oh well. Black enough. Hey, why are you eating my plastic? Go. Go away. Go. Don't meow at me. Go away.
Because I can't, Mommy.
Yeah, my cat's like trying to eat my plastic stuff.
Because I'm a cat.
Mm.
And I'm allowed
Okay.
to do what I want. But you know that?
Guys, cool it. I'm gonna throw something at you. I tell him no, and he comes right back. Go. And like watching watching paint dry.
Yeah, I know. It's one thing about Jelly Brain. It's like, oh. And I really should get my hair dryer out. You could do a cool setting on a hair dryer. It works, I
Yeah.
guess. I just never think of it. Because you don't want to use hot. You want cool. I just sit here and wait. That's why I don't do jelly printing that much because I'm very impatient.
Yeah, it was good for something. Walk away from me again. Try to take something from me. We'll see how that works.
See,
Wait,
sometimes I like my cast offs. To me, that's pretty cool looking.
that is cool. Here's mine.
Especially if you tear it up for something or another. You know?
Mhm. Yep. Sorry, I have food in my mouth. Bad me. All right. Let's do. I'm just gonna do all pink. Do I want all pink? No, I don't want all pink. What time is your doctor's appointment Monday?
10. Oh, yeah, that's right. I should be back because it's at 10:15.
Well, I was gonna say, do we want to make it a little later? Because Zach's at home this week. I was just, yeah, because I mean, Zach's. Just let me know, because Zach is home this week. So
11:30. If I'm not, I'll message. Oh, yeah. I'll message you when I get home then, and then we'll go.
okay, yeah, because I mean, I won't. We can do whatever we want because this whole week Zach's gonna be home. So
Spring break. That's right.
yep,
My grandkids are on spring break too.
because
Forgot about that.
I'm getting my nails finished or done because I was not waiting 3 hours Friday. Nope. No, thank you. Um, and then we're gonna get Zach's hair done at like haircut at about the same time. So it'd be like right after I get my nails complete. Ah,
Yeah, my appointment's for 10:15, so you might as well say I'll be in by 10:30. And
get off there. Get off. I don't want you on there.
boom, boom, boom,
You
boom,
mess
boom.
with my thing. I want to be mad. You want a dog? Telling you. You want a husky? Just driving me bonkers. You don't have too much pink. Oh well. We're just gonna just cover it and see what happens. Oh, I just ran over my hand.
Mm.
There must be something on my jelly plate because there's like a circle thing.
Yeah,
And
if I learned
do you
a
see
trick
it?
this week. Yep.
It
If you
looks kind
store,
of funky.
yep, if you store something, it'll make an indentation on your jelly plate, even if your plastic is put on funky. Because my other one, my third one, has a
Yeah.
spot. This one might too. Or is it this one? This one, I think. Yeah, this one. Yeah. They've been, and I learned something from a lady. She puts a piece of paper, then she puts it in the case.
So the plastic.
I see. I don't know. She puts a piece of paper, and then she puts it back in. 'Cause And then she puts it back in this. Because if you see, I got creases in mine that will sit there. Like here. Here's good. See the crease?
Mm-hmm.
Here. Right there. That's in my jelly plate.
Oh.
Yep. I never realized that. I didn't think it affected. But yep, it does.
Yeah. So here's the black, Tina.
Ooh,
I should.
look at it. That looks cool.
So I'm gonna try it with the black, but then do like I'm gonna do some envelopes that way. I like this.
Yeah,
I
it
like
looks
how that
good.
turned out. But do it like black and just one color, so then the color pops. I think. But I do like that. That's awesome. Now, are you using cardstock or are you using?
I've got printer paper.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I rarely use cardstock when I do jelly print.
Now, if I don't want all this, what do I just do? Just put white on it and just pull it up?
Yep. Should be able to, yeah.
Or just any color, I guess I should say.
Yeah, just whatever works. You get,
Let's get some grungy off of it. Come on. Really, this paint is not. Okay. This paint might go bye-bye. Why isn't it wanting to come out? Hmm. One more time. So I forgot to say. So the neighbor next the two neighbors next door, the lady that passed on a few months ago, that Jamie
yeah,
went and tried to do CPR.
yeah.
Well, her daughter's been she's an only child, and she has her husband, but her daughter's been like taking stuff out and putting stuff to the trash. Like they're doing the stuff that you do that you have to do, right? And
Yeah.
she was the one that had all them like little um outdoor knickknacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I wonder if they're gonna sell any of them. But you're not gonna, you're just sitting and waiting, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been noticing that stuff's been by the trash, but not in the trash bin, but it's on the curb.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yesterday there were some things, and I didn't think anything of it, and um. There's like snow shovels and stuff like that when I went to get Zach, and then they were gone. But then there was two like outdoor knickknacks, okay?
Oh,
And I'm like, I wonder if she's getting rid of them because the rest of them, she it's pretty much gone out of the yard.
yeah.
And um, I said, I wonder if I shouldn't just go
Inquire.
ask her what she's doing with it. You don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
So Zach and I actually walked over there, and they were getting ready to leave, and I said, I just have a quick question. I said, what are you doing with the angel at the curb? And she's like, they didn't want to put it in the trash, but she goes, if they are broke, but anyone's more than welcome to take them. And I said, okay. And I said, I'm so sorry for your loss. And she goes, thanks. And she started tearing up. So I just kind of walked away because
Yeah.
she's like, it's been hard. And I said, I can only imagine. But I didn't want to put myself in like, oh, well, pity me because my mom passed as well. No.
Yeah.
So Zach and I chose one, and yeah, it is broke, but it's about knee high, maybe higher, and it was just part of the angel's wing.
Hmm.
And we don't have anything at mom's thing at the cemetery.
Yeah.
So I mean, like we have like grandma's thing and all that. So we picked it, and it has like a little thing, and we actually took it to the cemetery last night because my mom was all into the angels and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and Dottie wouldn't have wanted him to go in the trash, and at least you know, I know it's everybody still can see
I don't
it,
spend. Yep.
but
I don't spend
Jamie,
a
I mean,
lot on cemetery decorations because they only throw them away or they get stolen.
yep,
My first year, my mom died. I bought this ceramic giant coffee mug at Walmart, filled it up
yeah,
with beautiful flowers, took pictures. My uncle happened to be a week later at the cemetery, and he told me it was gone. I was so mad, and I wrote on the bottom, okay, a saying
yeah,
like "Miss you, mom," blah blah blah, love Tina. Okay,
yeah,
so I'm at the cemetery. Of course, I went right away. Walked the cemetery, looking, seeing if somebody grabbed it and put it on somebody else's grave. I look across at this person's house, and there's my coffee mug. Person that lives across from the cemetery.
they
So
took the mug.
they took my. I mean, this thing was a planter, a giant coffee cup planter. Yep. I called the sheriff department, and so sheriff shows up. The wife's not at home. The sheriff asked him straight up, "Can I look at that coffee mug right there?" The guy goes, "I don't know where it came from. Just kind of showed up." He goes, "Do you mind if I look at it?" And he goes, "Yeah, I don't care." So, because I told the sheriff, lift it right up, you'll see everything. I miss you, mom. Love you, Tina. So when he took it off this, they had an old tree that they cut down, and it was sitting there with a bunch of other stuff. Oh, excuse me, hang on.
Hmm.
Oh, so the sheriff goes over, lifts it up, looks at the bottom, and there it says, "Miss you, mom. Love, Tina." He said to the guy, he goes, "This is how it's gonna work." He goes, "Yeah, you take a chance when you put stuff out of a cemetery, but you don't expect somebody to steal it within a week."
Mm-mm.
And the guy goes, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "She told me exactly before when I got here that if I looked on the bottom of this coffee mug planter, it'd say, 'Miss you, mom, love, Tina.'" Guy goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Guess what's on the bottom of this planter? 'Miss you, mom, love, Tina.'" And he goes, "I'm going to kill her." And so his wife pulls in her driveway. There's the sheriff. I'm across the street in the cemetery, and you could just see the husband losing it. She tried to clinch by at it. He goes, and yeah, and I laughed because um, the sheriff asked, "What's your wife's name?" Blah blah blah. "Do you know it, Tina?" "Nope." Yep. I was thinking, it makes you wonder how many other times she's walked across the street and stole something off graves.
Yep, yep.
I, and then the husband gave it back to me. And I'm thinking, I told the sheriff, there's a special place in hell for people like that.
True,
Yep.
but you know,
To steal from a grave, that's pretty sad.
yeah, exactly. Well, and that's something like, um,
Now, I found, I was out going toward Diamonds. As a matter of fact, it's downstairs. I have to paint it. It's a cement vase looking thing.
hmm
It was on the curb. So I made Scott stop. It was, and there was a bunch of other stuff out there. And I asked the gentleman, I said, is this for free for taking? He's like, "Yep." And I'm like, "Thank you." And he's like, "No problem. I'd rather you have it go somewhere than in a landfill." I took that home and I painted it. And that thing's heavier than it. And I know nobody's going to steal it. And now I just paint that. I painted it, and after I gotta pressure. I told Scott, I said I might have to pressure wash that with our pressure washer in the spring, repaint it and seal it because it's flaking.
Yeah.
So, and then reseal it and bring it up. I'm hoping to have it done by Mother's Day. And I put that out there, and I just put flowers in it. And I
Yeah,
pick
because
up flowers from garage sales. Hmm. Oh,
well, and that's what.
oh, oh my God! I pick up flowers from garage sales just so that they always throw them away. They fade in the sun. Like I bought all these little hummingbird things from General Dollar one year, little hummingbird,
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
then some solar lights. They got all taken because the cemetery my mom's at is in the country. It's next to a highway, and so there's no cameras. It's a country cemetery. I mean, there's about 700 people in it, but still a country cemetery.
Yeah, exactly.
Now Scott's parents is in Public City, and
Well, ours is. I get it, but
but
do the city ones have like we don't? Ours don't have any. Well, as far as I know, don't have any cameras.
well, the one Scott's parents are in, it's only coming in the entrances and going out, so they can read the plates. But it's not there. If they probably got more than we realized because a couple years ago, this cemetery Scott's parents were in, it was vandalized big time, and it was only in the Hmong section, in the Jewish section.
Yeah, because ours actually.
And
Sorry, I'm
I
trying to
mean,
get something off the
and
paint.
they took over and they wrecked a lot of. And we went. Me and Scott's dad went out there to check mom and his headstone right away. But it wasn't in our area. It was just in the Jewish section, in the Hmong section. That was racist big time. That was.
Yeah.
I remember telling Dad that's somebody that's racist big time. That he's only targeting that that culture.
Yep.
So
Well, that was something I will say. The one that mom's in is a couple blocks down the road. And the other day I was just not having a bed stay, and I just took off. I just took off, and cold as heck. We did not have snow, thank God. But
yeah, see, I can't get even in by my mom during the snow. They don't plow it.
um, but it. I was sitting there, and you know, I still had her Christmas trees that I had found at the bins. There's like two of them,
Hmm.
and I brought them. I took them back home because they're just gonna throw them away.
Yep. My cousin. So I laugh so hard. My cousin. I have relatives that still live up there, and my cousin Wendy and her boyfriend they went in and, on snowmobile and got my Christmas tree for me out, and I'll just pick it up for them this spring or when I get up there, I'll swing by and
Yeah.
pick it up because they come through after Christmas, like January and in February they clear out all the holiday stuff from Christmas. So then there goes my Christmas tree. So
Mhm.
now Wendy, the first time it happened, my cousin Wendy called me. She's like, "Do you want me to grab you this Christmas tree off your mom's grave?" Because her Uncle Dale's out there. And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I'll pick it up from you." I don't. I went. It was just an LGB I picked up at St. Vincent de Paul, but they took my shepherd hook out. That's what irritates the hell out of me. I had this really nice, pretty shepherd hook, and I just
Mhm.
stuck it in the ground. It was gone. So
See, that's
now
what. Yeah.
Scott's gonna quick cement it because we bought another one. Then we'll grab some of that. We're gonna dig. We're gonna put it next to her headstone and quick cement so they can't take it out. Because I own it. I laugh because I always tease Scott. I own, you know how that I own a piece of property on waterfront, whatever it is song. Because I always say I own a piece of property in a cemetery I don't pay taxes on. Because my grandpa, the plot my mom's in, my grandpa gave my mom years ago and put it in my name. My stepfather put his headstone out there without my permission. You know, all of a sudden, my dad turned around and says, "Do you realize he's got a headstone out here?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?" Yeah, he had his headstone put out on my mom's grave without asking me. And the people that put it out there didn't know. They just followed his directions because he went to the same place my mom's headstone was bought through. Well, it can sit there because I ain't putting him next to my mother. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
And I told the guy, you better get up there to remove it. And I was like, you figure my mom's been gone 16 years. It was less than 6 months, 6 months after my mom went. And they still have yet to remove my stepfather's headstone. They're going to because something happened. Thing is, if something happens, I don't want to be in a cemetery. My ashes are being scattered. But who knows? Because the thing is that was the extra plot. My mom wasn't married at the time. One of my kids, because when my cousin's boys got killed in a car accident, my mom was gonna, we were gonna put the boys there so they could be next to their baby brother. Because years ago, my aunt who died in infancy, my aunt Fran asked my mom, "Is it okay?" She asked Grandpa, "Is it okay if I put the boys by mom?" Her mom. Dad's like, "You have to ask Pat about that. The plot, it's hers. It's in Tina's name." That's when everybody found out my grandpa put it in my name. They singled out the last plot and had him put it in my name so that my aunts couldn't pull no stuff. She put it. Well, of course, my mom's like, "Yeah, you can put the baby there, you know."
Yeah.
Well, due to the fact that there was my aunt that passed away as a baby, they could put two babies in one plot. So my mom's plot was still open. But she was cremated, so now we could put another cremation in there. And
Well, and that I get
oh,
it. How many cremation can in yours, like in your
4. Yeah,
what? Okay, because
because
like
I want to put my brother out there. My brother never wanted to be in a cemetery. He hated cemeteries. He wanted to be in a lake. And me and my cousin Paul, which was my brother's best friend, were talking not long ago that he thinks through the circumstances of my mom passing away after him that he probably would understand if I put them, my brother and my mom, together. So this was the funny part. They want $500 to dig a hole. Paul's like, "I'll go out there in the middle of the night and I'll dig a hole. I'll put Timmy in there. Who's gonna know? Because I'm family." I'm like, "Oh my
what?
God, Paul." He goes, "Think about it." He goes, and I laugh because he goes, and he said, he's, and then he told me not too long ago, he goes, "I guess who's digging the holes at the cemetery?" I'm like, "Who?" He goes, "I am." He got because he lives in that area. He's been mowing the grass and digging the holes. I'll dig that
I
summer in the hole. I'll go get Timmy this summer up in Michigan. I'll put him in the ground. I'm like, good. Because that's my biggest fear is they'll throw my brother's ashes are at my dad's. That they'll throw my step monster and my half sister will throw out my brother's ashes because that's how they are. So Paul said he's gonna go up this summer and get my brother. And he's gonna put him in the ground by my mom for me. I told him just do it. He's like, "I will. I don't have no problem with that." And I'll tell your dad that too. Because he knows I don't talk to my dad. My
well,
dad
and that,
said 3 words to me when Xavier got married. "Hello, Tina." After I said, "Hello, Dad." And what and What great grandchildren are mine? That's all he said to me. It's Allie standing next to me. And I said, the one that looks like my mother, because Allie looks like my mom. And as Riley's running and Coda's running toward me going, Nana, Nana. I can't imagine. I told Scott, no matter how I feel about my children, if you're a grandparent or a great grandparent, how do you live with ignoring your grandchildren? You know, I don't get it, but he lives with it. Like he told my aunt, Tina don't want me to come to her house. And my aunt
Did you
Linda,
ever?
my
You
aunt
almost
Linda,
want to see, did you ever ask?
oh look at Sabrina, it actually come up. It's coming up. That's cool. My aunt Linda goes like she's gonna slam the door in your face if you show up. That's you, Roger. You know, he's never seen my house. For that matter, he's never seen Xavier's. He lives in my backyard.
See, that was one thing. My dad. We knew my dad wanted to go. That was one thing that I wanted him here, and so he was here twice. Um, but my dad was one of that type of person that he's not gonna. If you want to see him, you contact him. Well, that's not fair, you know. And that was like that even when I was a teenager. I get it when I was a teenager and stuff, if you know, but he has that right to get me every other weekend. He had that right.
Yep, my
Whether
dad.
I wanted to go or not.
Yep, my dad too. He chose not to, and I was much younger.
My dad would tell my mom, well, she can call and let me know. Well, and when I did want to come and everything else, and he knew, he'd be MIA.
Yep. I remember calling my dad, and he'd get on the phone. I called my dad to wish him a happy birthday. His birthday's February 11th, and I got, what the F do you want? But he said the whole word.
Yeah.
And I said, I was just calling to wish you a happy birthday. But yep, I'm lucky I saw my dad once a year. And the only reason I saw my dad once a year is because my grandma had Christmas Eve, his mother. Or I went to see my dad. Nope. I was 10 years old. And I remember asking my mom, I was like 10, 11, sitting in the window. My grandpa's was watching me, waiting for my dad to come and get me on the weekend. I'm packed to go. No show. First time, my mom made excuse. And then it kept coming to be a regular. Because my dad was supposed to have me every other weekend. And then in the summer.
Yep. Well, mine was like every other weekend, Wednesdays until like 8 o'clock, and then 2 weeks, like every 2 weeks in the summertime at the beginning, and I think 2 weeks after, like at the end.
Yeah.
But I still got the weekends, like a full 2 weeks, and then the weekends, and yeah, that didn't happen. And the only time it ever happened, and I will say this, is I've had several stepmoms. I've had several girlfriends that I've known.
Yeah.
You know, let's see, how many stepmoms do I have? Well, the one I thought they were married, it wasn't. So it went my mom, but then I knew Becky, and I thought Becky and my dad got married. They never did. And then Shelly. So I had stepmoms. I had Tammy, which I loved. I called her mom. She just treated me not like. I mean, she didn't have kids, but she treated me very, very well. I was very. I had to be prop and primer. So, and what I mean by that is like, once I got to my dad's house, I was in summer dresses, and my hair had to been done.
Oh, look at Sabrina. Yeah. Cool.
That is cool. That looks like tribal markings. Like off like them rock things that you see. That's so cool.
I want to try it one time with colored.
That is cool.
Yeah. My stepmother never cared for the fact. I don't know. This is my philosophy on it. You knew your boyfriend had children before you got involved. Why would you have? If you had an issue with that, you shouldn't have dated a man with children.
Yeah.
And then once they married, we weren't even invited to my dad's wedding. My aunt read it in the paper. He called my mom and told my mom he had to work, that he couldn't come and get us this weekend. My mom's like, okay. So all my cousins were at the wedding. My grandparents, my aunt, my uncles, my cousins, except my dad's own children weren't there. And my grandparents asked my dad, where's Tim and Tina? Oh, Mary Ann didn't think it was a good idea. Well, from that day forward, my grandmother never liked my stepmother. And so just the way she started treating Timmy and I right away off the bat. And so my aunt's reading the Sunday paper, and there was the marriage announcement. Calls my mom up and says, do you know Roger got married? And it's like a week after it. My mom's like, no. Yeah, last weekend. Oh, my mom was not happy. First of all, you should have sat us kids down and told us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Second of all, we should have at least been there. Yep. And then he took us to Canada to make up for it. That was his solution. And then we moved in with him when I was like 9, because my mom was a truck driver and he didn't like us live. We lived with my aunt and uncle and my dad. He hated it. So he threatened to take my mom to court to get custody of us. So then we moved in with my dad. I was a latchkey kid before they had a title for it, because my brother was 5 years older than me. He's running the streets of Green Bay. I'd be home alone a lot by myself. They had a babysitter for my baby sister, but not one for me, because they counted on my brother. Yeah, right. He's a teenager. He ain't gonna. And
Yeah. No, that's not gonna happen. You're right.
I remember my grandfather spent the winter in Colorado because my aunt and uncle were stateside for the first time in many, many years, because they were always in Germany. So he went to stay with them for the winter to spend time with my cousin Dawn, because he never really got to know Dawn Marie. And I'd call him. He'd call me on Sundays because I was so close to my grandfather, and I'd just be crying that he told my aunt, he goes, because he was going to stay the summer too, but he told my aunt, I think I better go home and get Tina. My grandpa came home, and he was 3 days later, I was back living with my grandfather. And I was like, nope. I never wanted to live with my dad. I remember my brother talked me into it. And my mom said I must have had good intuition. Well, I knew how she was treating us when my dad wasn't looking, how she treated me. She'd pull on my ears. She was awful. But you can't tell him that. He wouldn't believe it. He still doesn't believe me. It's like
She does no wrong.
yeah, like the last big discussion me and my dad had is not, this is the reason we don't talk anymore. Is he ended up in the hospital, and I went to go see him. I found out, of course, after the 2 days being in there, that my sister finally lets me know my dad's in a hospital, because they're so scared that he might give me control of stuff like he did when he got ran over by the tractor. The thing is, my dad got ran over by the tractor. They ran almost an hour and a half up to a hospital where he was, just to get there, to be told that he's being airlifted to Green Bay. So he says to my sister, call your sister so she's there when I land. And I remember it was so funny because I talk about this, standing in Scott's dad's yard talking to Scott, and we're having a grill out watching life, the helicopter go over Scott's dad's because how it does is they circle around to land, and they go all the time over our house. And I remember saying, "Yep, somebody had a rough weekend." Yeah, it was my dad. They never called me till they got back here in town an hour and a half later. He's wondering where I am. So so then I said something to him. He goes, "Well, they weren't thinking they could call." I said, "Dad, Marianne has a cell phone. Chrissy has a cell phone." He acts like we live miles apart. My sister only lives 4.5 blocks from me. My stepmother only lives like 5. Yeah, that's how close. I live. You have a Nida Street. I live on one side of the Nida Street. My sister lives on the other side of a Nida Street, but further down. Yep. So, but what was the turning point is he was in a hospital again because I gave up my summer when he got ran over by the tractor, spending time in rehab in a nursing home with him to get him because he lost his toes. And he had to have a collarbone. He had to have his knee operated on. Yeah, I did that all
Mm-hmm.
so long. Well, then he ended up in a hospital right after he gets the okay. He had some infection. And I get up there to go in. He's in the ICU, and I ain't allowed in because I'm dead.
You're dead.
I'm dead. Yep.
Okay.
I buzzed. They asked me who I was there, and I told them who I was, and they buzzed me in, but I wasn't allowed to go in by my dad because I'm deceased on his paperwork. I have the printout, and I'm like,
Oh.
"Excuse me." Yeah, his wife. This is the exact words. His wife updated his file. I said, first of all, my dad doesn't have a wife. He's divorced. Oh, yeah. If it
So
wasn't
she
for my,
lied entirely.
oh yeah. Um, if it wasn't for my dad's general doctor standing at the counter, I never got to see my dad. No, he told my dad's doctor told him straight up that Marianne, well, the hospital must have screwed up. He says the hospital doesn't know if your children are dead or alive. They have to be informed. He didn't think no big deal of that. No big deal. And that was the last straw. That's why I said enough is enough. After all these years I've been trying, and that's I said to Dad, you already got one child, Dad. Why would you wish that on a one that's living? Why would you do that? Do you know how hurt I was?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And it didn't
That's
matter
so-
to him. Nope, she didn't do that, Mary. The hospital must have. Even his own doctor told him the hospital didn't do it. But nope. Yep. So I'm like, you know what, Dad? Then get in your damn Chevrolet pickup truck. Get the hell out of my driveway because you know what? Now you're dead to me. I'm done. And that was the last time until Xavier got married. And that was 4 years prior to Xavier getting married. He never came around anyways. So it's not like I missed him.
Yeah, it's not like you missed anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
But I
dad
promise.
told me that he didn't say that, and he did to me. So
Yep. I laughed so hard because when Xavier got married, he asked me if, well, Xavier ran into my dad. My Xavier had to go up to Michigan. Small world. So Xavier stopped at this gas station in the township that my dad lives in. He looks over and my dad's actually pumping gas. And Xavier's in a work truck. And he says, "Hi, Grandpa." And my dad turns his head and looked at Xavier and said, "Who are you?" And he
oh,
goes,
jeez.
"It's Xavier, Grandpa." "Oh, damn, what are you doing here?" Xavier says, "I'm working." And they talked for a few minutes and when Xavier and Chantel were getting married, they were doing in their wedding list. And Xavier knows how I feel about my dad. And he asked me, he goes, "Mom, I want to invite Grandpa. I know you guys don't get along." I said, "It's your day, your way. I'll suck it up." He's like, "Okay, promise?" Because he knows I'm very voiceless. You know, I can voice my opinion. I said, "Xavier, I will not ruin your wedding or your reception because of my dad. I'm not giving him that power. He's like, okay. So when I'm standing at the picnic table, my aunt and uncle, my mom's sister, who I don't talk to either, are there. And I'm standing there. Oh, because it was so hot inside this little pavilion that Xavier rented it. Everybody moved outside because it was cooler. Beautiful day. But it was so warm in the building because they had no air conditioning. So I'm standing there, and that's when my dad goes, so what grandchildren or great grandchildren are mine? As one standing next to me, and the other two are running up to me, and my mom's sister. Because Xavier said he went, Xavier standing there with Chantel, and Xavier said what went through his mind was, oh boy, here it goes, waiting, you know. The mic has dropped, as Xavier said. He thought for sure I was going to do is go off. And I go, well, Allie's standing right next to me. I said, and the two running toward me are mine. I said, oh, they got big. And my Aunt Penny goes, well, maybe if you came and visited Tina, she'd get a hold of Diamond, and Diamond would bring the kids in to see you, Roger. But that's right. You don't want to go visit your daughter. You never did. I was like, oh, thank you. Goodbye. I'm out. So I told Xavier, I had nothing to do with that. He goes, yeah, I know. Aunt Penny did. You didn't say a word. I even told my dad, I said, we bought Scott's dad's house. Why don't you stop over and see it? I literally wrote the address down and he stuck it in his wallet. He comes to Green Bay for doctor's appointments. And I know that because they still send me the reminders because he's never changed it when he had his accident with the tractor. So your appointment at da da da. So I know he comes into Green Bay versus me going up to Michigan. We totally went past my dad's house this summer when we were on the bike, and Scott goes, do you want to swing in? And I'm like, hell no. Oh, nope, nope,
This is my bike time, bitch. Not
nope,
happening.
nope, ain't doing it. Won't do it. I won't. I'm to the point where I'm not mad. I just don't want to give him my time.
You're over it.
Yep. My
You,
sister makes Diamond sees my sister. My sister works at Walmart. I go to a totally different Walmart because I don't want to deal with her. Because she always, my sister plays the pity card. Poor me. And it's my fault that it's because she's looked at me. The last conversation I had with my sister was, well, you know, maybe if it wouldn't be so stubborn, it is your fault that dad feels this way. Excuse me? I looked at, and this is at Scott's dad's funeral, Sabrina. They're talking, she brings this shit up. She showed up at Scott's dad's funeral.
oh,
And
shit.
she wants to talk about this stuff. And my stepmother, and I laughed so hard because my stepmother's there. And she says, well, your dad says he's swung by. I said, swinging by and stopping in is a totally different thing. Driving by is one thing. Stopping in the driveway and coming in the house is another. I said, he says he calls you. And I go, the hell he has. And Scott's cousin's wife, Becca, is standing kind of kitty corner. And she's like, she says, she's listening to this conversation. And she's thinking, who the hell are these two people having this conversation about? We need to get together to discuss things to go with Roger. Because she kept on hearing Roger. She didn't say my dad. She kept on referring to my dad as Roger. Marianne did. And Becca was thinking, why are they doing this now? Because it's this guy's dad's funeral. So she hears me go, the hell he has. And she's like, hey, Tina. And I'm like, yes, Becca. She goes, you want to go have a smoke real quick before services start? I'm like, yes, good idea. We walk out and she goes, who in the hell are those women? I go, that would be my ex-stepmonster and my half-sister. What type of people decide to come to a funeral and discuss the shit? You know? I go, that's how they are. They don't care about anybody else's feelings except their own. Because she heard me say to my sister, he's not my problem, he's yours. Have fun with that. You guys have perfectly made that clear through all these years how you treated me. But now that he's older and may need aid, you want to discuss it? Well, hell no. You have fun with that. You got it. This is my dad. When my brother died, Sabrina, my
Yeah.
stepmother talked my dad into signing everything over to her and my sister within 4 days after my brother died. He signed his property over, everything. I said to him when I found out, I'm like, why the hell did you fight so hard in a divorce when you gave it right back to her? She refuses to put me on the property. Refuses. So it's all in my stepmother's name and my sister's. Yeah, I could give two shits about the property. But I said to Dad, why is it only about them? And this is my sister's logic. Well, it was bought when my parents were married. And I said, yeah, you're lucky. Why? I said, because my dad would still be paying for everything if my mom chose not to sell everything off and pay off all their debt. Because my mom sold her property. My grandparents separated 30 acres, gave each one of the daughters 10 acres. My mom bought the 10 acres with the house on
Oh shit!
for
Sorry.
$2,000. My mom's property, as she calls it, was paid for. My dad wanted a farm. She sold her property that she got from her parents to buy his farm, the farm he wanted. And then he couldn't keep things together. And in his pants, within 2 years after selling her property, my parents are divorcing, and she loses everything in a divorce. She auctioned off everything to pay off their debt. Or she could have went after my dad, and he still could have been making a farm payment for a lot of years because they were married almost 20 years. 16 and a half years my parents were married. So my mom had a lot to go after. Yeah.
That's
I said to my sister, well, I guess somebody owes me a farm and a damn horse because I was always supposed to get a horse, and I never did. So you want to talk about property? So you better cough up some property. I'm owed a farm and a horse. You know? I said it shouldn't matter. He's my dad as much as he's yours. But that's not how they look at it. Because my stepmother made my dad make a choice. Your first family or your second. He chose my stepmother and my sister. And I heard her when they were fighting. And not long after that, we were shipped off to my grandparents for 3 weeks. Never saw a higher hair of my dad. We were staying at my grandpa and grandma's drums. And then we went back. And then things got really bad. Because my mom said, you want it? My mom, not that my mom was being mean, but my mom said to him, you're the one who was going to take me to court for custody, and now you're telling me you don't want them? You better figure it out, Roger. Well, I was crying too much, so my grandpa came home. And I went back to live with my grandpa. The only reason I do live with my grandpa is because we went to Colorado. I didn't even know you left. Honey, you walking by while I'm live doesn't tell me nothing. It's called walking in and say, baby, I'm leaving.
I did. I was standing right there.
I looked up, you weren't standing in my doorway.
You said,
Oh, well, whatever.
I was gonna say I didn't hear nothing, so don't. I'm not.
She didn't even hear you. She hears you now because you're right next to me.
Oh. I had to run to the airport, pick the fellow up, and brought him over by the recruitment center.
Oh, okay.
He's a recruiter, and he actually is from Texas.
Oh,
well, he went down there to visit his wife and kids for about a week, maybe.
Yeah.
And he just came back.
Well.
What?
They don't have recruiters up here that they have to help somebody from Texas.
Oh, honey, they don't give a crap where the recruiter's from.
What is it?
They send them all over the place from all over different places.
What is he here for a while or?
I don't know. Oh. This is just his station.
Oh, Jesus. And his wife doesn't want to live up here?
I don't
Probably know. Not.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, that's what I did. Oh. All right. I'm going back upstairs.
Was he sleep in the office building?
That I don't know.
Is he the one on Holgram Way or the one by a Dollar Tree?
I went by Dollar Tree.
Oh, he's at the office.
Yeah. All I know is he's got a white pickup truck and it's got Texas plates on it.
Yep. So he left it parked there and went.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I got it now. Yeah.
So he's probably got an apartment someplace.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Owns with somebody.
It's a good plan, leaving your vehicle
Yeah.
and paying for it to be parked at an airport. That ain't cheap.
No, it's,
Oh.
well, that's probably way too much paint. Oh well, whatever. Ever.
Oh, I'm sweaty.
Yeah, I see what you mean by gel plating. It's impatient.
Yeah,
Well, and
it's
and
fun,
it
but
but you can't do it for very. I mean, like I'm at that point. I'm over it already.
yeah, that's why I don't gel print. I have to be in the mood. Maybe I'm not feeling well. It's not in the mood for me right now. That's why I'm just watching you. But I'll be right back. I gotta go get something to drink.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. Mhm.
No.
That's way too much paint because it's not gonna pull anything. That's odd. Wow, it's really wet.
So Diamond, um, is going to South Dakota for July 4th. You know, in that time frame. I think at the end of June into July. She's gone for like 14 days. That's all I know. She is going to go take her kids to Yellowstone and stuff like that. But she also is going to go visit her biological dad.
Okay.
And his girlfriend. And they're going to be camping somewhere. But when they get closer where he is, his girlfriend rented Diamond and Sam an Airbnb.
Really?
And, yep. And his name is Diamond's real dad's name is Pete. Peter. Pete asked Diamond, what's your mom say? Mom says she didn't care either one. I'm an adult. Because I never stopped him from seeing Diamond. He just chose not to. And the only thing I ever said to him, I said, you open that door and you close it, I'm not opening it again because it's not fair to Diamond if you come in her life and out of her life. Because every time he's like got a new girlfriend, all of a sudden, can my girlfriend meet my daughter? It's like Diamond was like a showpiece. Well, the last time when he married, he was seeing Diamond pretty regular. Well, then they started having problems, and then once they were divorced, he went to South Dakota and never even told Diamond nothing. She was 13. And
So did Diamond reach out or did he?
she did. Which was her prerogative.
No, I get it. I just thought maybe he might have reached out, but
Oh hell no. Um
I'm cleaning my before you going, what the hell is she doing? I'm trying to
that's
clean
fine. Um that's her choice. It always was her choice when she became of age. I told her that was up to her. You know, I never tried this. You know, but Diamond saw her grandfather. Diamond's biological grandfather. He paid for her saxophone. I mean, he paid when Pete owed back child support. His dad paid it off. This is crazy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Any medical bills that Diamond inquired, Pete's dad paid them. Well, Diamond's biological father comes from money. I was the He was the embarrassment, and I was the embarrassment to the name.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. When he put Diamond's birth announcement in the newspaper, his parents almost lost it because we weren't married, and they're Catholic. So yeah, that was a sin, big time.
Yep.
Diamond's grandmother, she only saw Diamond 3 times. She refused to see Diamond. Yep. Diamond, Pete's dad would sneak over and drop off birthday presents and get Christmas gifts. And I knew that grandmother didn't do it. Then I knew it was Pete's dad doing it. But it was okay for their children to divorce. But having one out of wedlock was wrong. Because isn't divorce a sin in the Catholic religion too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have 5 kids, and out of the 5, every one of them's been divorced. But yeah, she didn't like me.
Yep.
So, but the smartest thing, I laugh, I will never forget it. The smartest thing that Pete's dad ever did was tell me not to marry him. They did want me to give Diamond up for adoption, and I wouldn't do it.
Okay, how do I get the yucky stuff around my gel plate?
Well, I leave it on and don't bother me because I like it. It looks like grungy. You can just soak it in lukewarm water and a little dish soap, and then it'll come off. I usually buy one of those like litter box pails because then, or a hot, or like a little be- tub and stick them in there.
Yeah.
But I leave mine on. I like the grunge because eventually it adds to it, in my opinion. Look at this one turned orange on me. That's all
That's
it
cool though.
is. After a while, that'll happen. Oh my god.
The only thing about like with my dad and my mom, it was like when Tammy was around, that's the first wife after mom. They got along.
Mhm.
And I got to go every other weekend with my dad, without a doubt, because Tammy would make sure of it.
Yeah.
Then after, I think they were married 5 years, I think. Then we had another lady, and they weren't married, and she despised me because I took away from her
Her.
time.
Yeah.
Um, and then I always said that she did the stroke on purpose.
I have a stroke on purpose.
Well, because nobody told me what it was. Like
Oh,
I'm,
okay.
I'm like
Oh, yeah, you're a
10
kid.
or
Okay, got
11,
it. Yeah.
and she's like, her one arm doesn't work, and he has to do everything for her, and they live in this ugly, I don't know, townhouse looking thing, and I had to go sleep in this office with all these pictures of people I didn't know. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Um, and then there was a couple other people in between, and then there was Kelly. Now, I never knew that my dad got married with Kelly. Um, I knew that he was dating her. I knew that. Um, but it was kind of like how you're saying. You just found out in the newspaper
Yeah.
after the fact, and I thought, and honestly, I was 13, 12 or 13. Um, and honestly, she was pregnant, and I
Uh,
literally thought that it was dad's. They didn't tell me anything. I did not know that my brother Kyle.
Well,
is
somebody-
not my
was it?
blood relation.
Oh,
Um, huh?
interesting.
Yeah, he's not blood at all. Now dad did adopt him.
Yeah.
But I did not know that until he was 5 or 6. So I was 16, 17 years old before I knew that. And that's when the twins showed up in our life. Well, they are my half siblings, but um and it's still, and I don't give a shit if any of my family sees this. I don't care because this is how I feel. He is a golden child. He's always been the golden child. I may be the first one,
Yeah.
but I ain't what he wanted.
Yeah.
I'm truly not what he wanted. And I get told all the time, no, your dad talked about you all the time. He misses you.
Oh, I
And
get that too.
this is my
Bullshit.
this is my cousin. He talked about he'd cry in my shoulder. Okay, my cousin is 50. I'm 46. So we were really close at the time. And actually I'm gonna tell you, I was shocked. She texted me happy birthday
Oh,
like
nice.
at 7 in the morning. Like I kid you not. The reason why Jamie didn't put anything on Facebook is because I wanted to see who in my family would wish me a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Here's the bad thing. You ready? Not one person in my mom's side wished me a happy birthday. Not one.
I bet you I was the first because I did it like 12:30 at night.
Yeah.
I
And then
purposely stayed
I
up
think
to do that. It's like
it was
12:01.
you.
As soon as it hit my, and then I realized, oh shit, it's 12:01 my time. I should have did this an hour ago.
I waited an hour more for this shit. What the hell?
Yeah. I'm like, oh damn. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd hear that from relatives with my dad too. Oh, he talks about you. He tells you he loves you. Really? Those are only words. Sometimes it takes action. The man can't even remember my birthday, for God's sake. What really gets me is my dad had a girlfriend after him and my stepmother split up. Lori, I loved her. I liked Lori because she made my dad realize he had children and grandchildren. Because by that time, he had Boomer and Diamond. That it couldn't just be all about my sister all the time, okay?
Yeah.
And she had a niece, Megan.
Yeah.
Well, my dad is an idiot. What a brother the same age as my son. We would have been pregnant at the same time.
And then
Kid you
okay,
not.
give her
I
okay.
can't imagine. But that's gonna be kind of cool. My brother and my son could have been
Well, and there are
because
things that do
I
happen
could
that
tell
way.
when Lori lost the baby. I mean, Lori was my brother's age. That was another kicker. My dad's girlfriend was the same age as my brother. Yeah.
Oh my
But
goodness.
Lori was far enough along, you could tell the sex of the baby. It was a boy. But so my dad never remembers my birthday, and it always bothered me as a child. Oh, he could not remember my birthday. How do you forget the day your child's born on? Or are you choosing not to remember? So
Yeah.
I'm sitting there talking to Lori's niece, and you have to understand they broke up in 1997. It's 27 years ago. Because she was calling it quits with my dad, but she was waiting until after I got married to do it because she didn't want to cause me my problems during my wedding. It was only a matter of weeks after me and Scott got married that she ended the relationship with my dad because she was tired of him comparing what he'd have when he was married to my stepmother. She said, then go back to her. And so the last time my dad was in a hospital was like 4.5, 5 years ago. Yeah, because I quit talking to him. So it had to be like 5 years ago.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking to Megan because Chrissy can't stand Megan because Megan and Chrissy are the same age. They won't let Megan know. Marianne, my dad let Megan put her camper on the property up in Michigan so she didn't have to keep renting a campsite to take her. She was a single mom to take her boys camping. My dad's like, park it in my yard. Come whenever you want. Well, Marianne had it towed when my dad was in the hospital.
Well, that's shitty.
Yeah, that's how my stepmother is. So Megan went up there and her camper's gone. And claimed she didn't know where it was. All of a sudden, Megan got a bill. She made a camper payment and she don't know where it is. She reported it stolen. Stole my dad. Well, in the process of all this conversation with Megan, she says, yeah, she calls my dad Uncle Roger. Uncle Roger comes around and gives me a birthday card every year. And I'm thinking, what? This man can remember his ex-girlfriend's niece's birthday but can't remember mine? That was yeah. That's when
That
I'm
was
like,
a
you know what?
kicker.
Huh?
That's
That
a
was like
kicker.
a knife into my heart. And I get why he remembers my brothers. My brother was born on my dad's birthday, plus its taxes are due. So I understand why he remembers my brothers. But he remembers my sisters. Yep. March comes and goes. I can't tell you the last time my dad wished me happy birthday. Oh, I take it back. About 7 years ago, I happened to run into my dad at Fleet Farm on the day of my birthday. And he come walking up to me because he saw me and in Scott. And as we were walking out the door, he wished me a happy birthday. I said, were you going to swing in and see me? And he didn't know what to say. No.
I would
Uh,
said, well, that's a no. Thank
mm-mm.
you. That's a no.
Yep. Well,
Nope.
so I could tell you, I kind of like my sister. I don't talk to her because I don't want. It's all about poor me. Dad's not doing well. Well, okay. What do you want me to do about it? Put a piece of paper in between there. Oh, he's like,
Bottom?
what do you?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, put a piece of paper.
On the bottom, too?
Yep, I did both. I don't know. I have to go rewatch the video, but it doesn't hurt, I guess. Um,
Where'd my paper go?
because any crease in the plastic will leave it in the jelly print. I do know that.
Oh, there's a couple broken pieces.
But I couldn't tell you. I like I told Scott one day my dad could be already 6 feet under and I wouldn't know it. Well, excuse me. I'd probably hear it from somebody though. I'd hear it from my aunt and uncle. Well, all my relatives know. I told my aunt Linda, who's my dad's sister, don't expect me at my dad's funeral. I already said goodbye to him. And my kids aren't going either. Yeah. And Diamond especially. And
Oh, this is too big.
when he didn't recognize Xavier, that hurt Xavier deeply because my Xavier would go back up north with my dad. But it was always comparison to my nephew Sam, my sister's son. Sam did this. Sam did that. Sam did this. Sam got a gun for Christmas from my dad. My son didn't. That hurt my son. Yep. And I laugh because the smart Sam, he used to break Sam's grades up. And he's going to go to college. He's going to do this, blah, 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 blah. My he never went to college and he works at a gas station. Not to say that's wrong, but I think it's kind of hilarious that my son, who you choose not to have anything to do with, went to school to be a mechanic. He went to a trade school, I guess they call it.
Yeah.
Where Sam just moved out of. See, Sam is 20. See, Xavier's 20, going to be 29. So I'd say Sam's 25. something like that. Just moved out of his
Mhm.
parents' house. So I just think it's hilarious
Yeah, I don't.
that my dad's little perfect family, you know,
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with my nephew and my nieces. Except I can't stand my niece because she's a brat. No way in hell do you tell an adult to get out of the front seat of a vehicle. I'm sitting in my
Yeah.
dad's truck one day and she's like, "That's where I sit." And I'm like, "Excuse me? I sit in the front when I'm with grandpa." And I'm like, "Well, guess what? You're not sitting in the front seat this time. Get your ass in the back." And she looked over at my dad, and my dad knew better because I gave my dad a look. "Don't you even dare." He's like, "Brittany, get in the
Oh,
back seat." But, yeah, she knew better. You need to learn your place, little girl. I'm an adult. You're a child. Get in the back seat. I don't do back seats. At least that way. Yep.
you want to end the live because I can end the live, and then if you want to chat, we can.
I'm just watching you.
I'm just cleaning. That nobody has came in, which is
Yeah.
odd, but whatever. You know,
Yeah.
I had
I don't
fun.
know.
It was different.
Yeah. That's cool. You cut that in half.
I did.
You could do that to mine so it fits in a box if need be.
Do you want it cut in half? Because then, if not, I have to roll it.
Yeah, cut it in half. I don't care.
Okay, I can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do
'Cause
that.
that's all
Cut it
I'm
in
gonna
half
do.
because it's as easy for the for
That's
the
all I'm
jumper.
gonna do is cut it in half anyways. So if it
Mm,
gets cut in half to be able to ship it better, then go for it.
okay. Yep.
That's a cool. I never thought of placemats. And that
And
one's a cool one because it's got texture. It's not
yeah.
flat.
Okay. Here, see if I can grab some of these that I did. Here, I'm gonna put me up so we can see them.
Yeah, I didn't do much. So
Oh, that's all right. Okay, now how to put myself up? Just right here. I'll know. Yep, that's it. All right. So, like, this is the first one, and you can see it.
oh yeah, I can see it. That's the one I told you to do black, right?
Yes. And then,
It
all
turned out more
right.
gray. That is cool though.
So then I did the black. And then I just started messing around. Like, this is my first pull. Just something,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I like this so well that that's what I was playing with. And then this I had where you can very slightly see it. I had the other mat on the other side and I was rolling the extra paint and it was coming off the texture for that was over here. So it was actually underneath of it, which I thought was different. I figured
Mm.
you said that these are just like layers, so when you do layers, so that I just left these alone
Yep.
for layers.
How does it look when you pat it down and then you take a piece of scrap? Wait, no, look at there. Never mind. That's what I was just gonna ask.
Like the pre thing, yeah.
You
This
know what,
this is
Serena?
metallic, huh?
Oh, excuse me. Hang on. Let me take a drink because I got that bubble in the throat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Can you use your jelly plate, put a little paint on it next time, roll it out, and then roll it on the placemat, the roller, and then see what it's like and press down.
Oh, okay.
And then
That was just
you can
that's
see
like the layers because like I forgot I had it and then it had a different layer.
yeah.
Me just trying to get the stuff out from under it. But like I don't like this one, but I mean I get it, but it's a darker color so then you don't see the flower as much. I mean
Yeah.
you can,
You can see
so I
there's
have to
something there.
yeah. But that's
Yeah.
my one envelope. So
Come here, cool
and,
envelope.
and then this was just yellow. That's why you can't see it.
Well, I can see a little bit of a design. Oh yeah, when you bring it up close, I can see it. Yeah. Mm.
And then this was the envelope.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I just didn't like push hard enough. That was that one. That's just my scrap paper.
That's cool
And
anyway.
then this is the other envelope. I don't like the metallics. I'm already gonna say that I don't like the metallics on the jelly product. I thought I would. I don't.
Oh, look at that one.
Hmm. And that's after I pushed it down,
Mm-hmm.
and then I brought it on the side, and then I just put this on top of it and went like this,
Yep.
and that's what I got. I
That's
kind of
cool.
like this.
That one's one of the best.
Yeah, and that's
Now,
all I did.
you should write on the back of it real quick of how you did it so you remember.
Oh, okay. Um,
Because I always forget. That's a bad thing. I'll be like, how in the hell did I do this? So
where's my pencil? I'll do it on a pencil.
then you can look back on that one and know
Okay.
step by step, blah, 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 you know? I'll share mine if you want to put me up real quick while you do that. Is that your last
Alright.
one?
Yeah. Okay. Do I just put?
It's so low.
Okay, got it.
There you go. I didn't do as many as Sabrina because I'm not feeling 100%. This is my first poll. And I was using my delusion paper that's got this calendar or planner I came across digging. I did that one. And then this was experimental. I put a Posca pen down. I don't remember. This was the first poll. Then the second. And then I finally got it on the third. But I had to let it dry for a good while to get that Posca pen to pick up. This is just me on the side. Oh, or in this one. So it's one of the two. Maybe it's the last two polls. They're pretty cool though. I think this is then this one.
Yeah, I like that one.
And then this was me just roll. This is me pressing and then my rolling off. And then there's this. And then there's blue. You can hardly see anything. And then I just grabbed this because I had it. And then this. You can see the marks. And that's all I did. Oh,
I mean, mine are mostly.
and then this is my cast off.
Is that what that's called when you? It's like called a cast off.
That's what I call it. Oh, I forgot some. Oops.
Uh-oh.
I got two more. Here's this one. This is the last one right here that picked it all up. And then it's my cast off. That's what I call it. I don't know.
All right, let's put me.
Roll off, cast off. I don't know.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, since you're not feeling work, I'm gonna call it. So, guys, if you're seeing this or if you did come in, I don't know if you did or not, and if you did, we did see you. We do apologize, but we had fun doing it. And if you guys would like to see more, just let us know. Give us a comment. And until next time, we are going to be on Monday for Mad Media Monday on Tina's channel. As of right now, it is going to be at 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central. Yeah, so on, so on, so that way.
Might be a
Right?
little late because I have a doctor's appointment. So
Yeah.
on Monday.
So right around that
we don't
area
miss it
for
on Monday, depending how I feel after the doctor's appointment. We'll do it again on Thursday. Just
okay.
again. I never know. You never know when you get there what's going to occur.
You're exactly, you know it.
Especially with me being like this. I may
Yeah.
not feel good.
Well, remember, and that's how I was, and then I just like horsed it. So that's why I was shocked that you were even wanting to do it tonight.
Well, that's because
So,
I'm going to
huh?
plus my. I laugh because it's Sabrina. I got a question.
What?
I told my husband, go to Walgreens for me. Pick me up Alka-Seltzer. Cold, sore throat, headache. Okay? Did you hear that? Alka-Seltzer, cold, headache, sore throat. It says right on the package. Might be a couple other things thrown in there, but get me the one that says sore throat, headache, body ache. Because that's how I feel. And he's like, okay. So he leaves. I'm upstairs. I'm talking to you, matter of fact, in between. Comes back, he's got freaking NyQuil.
Well, you can
Liquid
go back
shit.
to you can go back to the store, thank you, because I ain't doing it. That's what I was. No,
I just
Pat.
looked at him and I go, well, it was on sale. And I'm like, I don't like, first of all, I don't do good on liquids. That's why I don't shoot shots in bars. I used to in my heyday, but not anymore. So he got me Dayquil and NyQuil so I can sleep tonight. I'm like, I've been sleeping. So now I'm going to plug my nose. And I'm trying to think, it's 7:30. So I might as well plug my nose and take the NyQuil and be done with it.
But you do realize you take the night cool now, and I know you don't feel good. You might be bright and early.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna push it out for because I don't know if I'll have to read the bottle if I can take some NyQuil and how long between I can take the difference.
I think it's every
Any,
6.
yeah.
I think it's every
Anyhow,
6.
I forgot because I love Alka-Seltzer. It's one of my favorite medications. Because that was my grandpa, old school Alka-Seltzer, solved it all. Hangovers included, he told me.
Yeah.
Fizz, fizz, fizz. Remember the commercials?
Yeah,
Um,
you know. Okay, let me end this and then we can talk about it. All right, guys. We will see you Monday, if not sooner. You never know when we're gonna go live. Until next time, please stay safe and keep
bye,
crafting. Bye for
everybody.
now. End stream.